I received a comment recently on a video that I thought was pretty funny, and it basically said, what do you even like to watch? Like, which anime do you like? And this was in response to my video of ranking every anime I've heard of, because a lot of the ones I haven't heard of, I probably wasn't that positive on. So in today's video, I am going to be showing you guys my list of everything that I want to watch. This is the things that I will be watching eventually. I have it on my watch list, right? So we will see. But I do want to make one thing clear about that video is like, I judge a cover by its cover, not the book, if that makes sense. So like, there are shows that I've watched before, like for example, Code Geass is a top 10 anime of mine, and off the cover and everything I'd seen about it before I watched it, I didn't think it really looked good. I thought it looked pretty bad, and then I decided to watch it, and to me it's a top 10 anime of all time. So I'm not a guy that holds grudges off the way it looks, but I do judge the cover by the cover. If the cover looks shit, I'm gonna say it's shit, right? So even some of the ones that I have on my list here, I probably put not that highly on the other list, because at the end of the day, I am really just judging it off the cover and if I've seen any clips and stuff like that, which most of the time I haven't. So I'm really just judging off the cover, and sometimes, it may be bad, but that doesn't determine if I want to watch something or not. But let's get straight into it. So number one on my list, I actually do have, now this is in no particular order, by the way, because I just can't be bothered. I just pick one and go. Sometimes I put it on a wheel, right? Anyway, that's besides the point. But for the first one, we have Tokyo Ghoul. Now, if you remember on that tier list, I didn't even place Tokyo Ghoul that high because I heard the anime is not that good. However, I still want to watch it. Even though I hear bad things about it, even though I hear people say just read the manga, this and that, I still want to watch Tokyo Ghoul, right? So that's one, again, that like, off of the things I've heard, it did not rank well, but I do want to watch it. Next, we have Kaiju number 8. This is another one I hear the manga is a million times better, that the manga is like a masterpiece and the anime is just okay. I actually might end up reading the manga for that one instead of watching it. I'm not quite sure yet, but I don't know. The idea of kaijus isn't really that interesting, but at the same time, the show looks interesting, if that makes sense. So I do want to give it a try, plus it's in Fortnite, and I want to watch all the anime in Fortnite, right? I don't know why, but yeah. If you're at this point in the video, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, hype the video, please. It helps me out a lot, and I would really appreciate it, right? I upload anime videos 3 times a week, so there's something for you to enjoy, trust me. But with that being said, let's move on to the next anime. Now, I'm not sure if this counts as an anime or not, but I see people that watch anime talk about it. We have Arcane. I just keep getting recommended it all the time. Now, I don't really like League of Legends. I don't really like the League of Legends lore, but people are always like, oh, it's not like League of Legends. I mean, it literally has to be. The characters are from League of Legends, so I don't know. I am judging it because it is League of Legends, right? But I do hear it is amazing, so I do want to watch it. But I'm not going to stay on this too long because I'm not really sure if it's anime. Next, we have Tower of God. Now, the reason I want to watch Tower of God is different than, like, why people would expect, because Tower of God, I hear a lot of bad things about it. I hear Season 1 is great. Everything after Season 1 is terrible. That's what I hear about Tower of God. And the reason I want to watch it is just because I want to see how bad they fucked up another Korean story. Every single Korean anime has been a flop other than Solo Leveling. And it doesn't make sense because the God of High School, fantastic, should have done well. And I don't know about the Tower of God, but I want to watch it and see if it really is as big of a flop as people say. Yeah, it's not really on my watch list because it looks that entertaining to me, because I don't even know what it's about, I'll be honest. I just want to see if it's as bad as people say. Next, we have a show called Punchline. Honestly, I don't really know what this show is about, and I didn't know what it was about when I added it. And then, like, I was talking to my friends about my watch list or whatever, and one of them was like, the show's about, like, when a girl takes off his panties, the dude explodes or something like that. I don't know, dude. I really don't know what it's about, but it looked funny. I saw one clip of it, and I thought it looked funny, so I was like, I'll add it to the list. Then we have Magi or Magi, whatever it is. I don't know how to say it. Yeah, I've seen clips of this. This show just genuinely looks phenomenal. So I'm just going to watch it at some point. This isn't one where I'm judging off the cover. I have seen clips from the show, and it does look beautiful. Next up, we have Baccano. Now, I've actually heard Baccano is not really that good, but it's a short anime, and I think it kind of reminds me of, like, Bungo Stray Dog vibes, but it also reminds me of Persona vibes, and I really don't like Persona, so it's going to be... It could either be really good or really bad, but I think it's a short anime, so I am going to give it a try eventually. It looks pretty good. Why not? I mean, that's the reason I want to watch Baccano. Next, we have Hell's Paradise. I did not rank Hell's Paradise very high on the tier list either, because I heard Hell's Paradise is really gory, and I hate, like, gory type stuff. Also, the story doesn't really seem that interesting to me, but I think Hell's Paradise is pretty... It looks pretty, right? And I think it could be cool, but I have heard some stuff about it that makes me not want to watch it. Like, I heard there's some memory loss episodes and stuff, and to me, sounds really, really boring. But also, I have it on here because if you've ever played Anime Adventures, you know, I kind of want to watch all the shows from that as well. Next up, we have Beck. I have a friend that watched Beck. He says it's fantastic. And again, this is another one that didn't rank high because it's a music anime, and it's just like GTO. It doesn't even adapt the full thing. It just adapts like a part of it. So I'm a bit hesitant to watch it because I'm definitely not reading a manga about music and an anime that's not finished. I mean, GTO was good, and it was an anime that was unfinished. So Beck could be too, but I am a little hesitant to watch it, but I do hear it is really good. Next, we have Haikyuu. I mean, this one's pretty simple. It's the only other sports anime that's regarded as arguably the best. It's between Haikyuu and Ippo, and I've seen Ippo, and Ippo is phenomenal. So I want to watch Haikyuu to really see which one is better. Now, I'll probably end up still staying with Ippo because even if Haikyuu is really good, at the end of the day, it's about volleyball, and volleyball's lame, in my opinion. I think it's boring. So, you know, it might still be really good, but yeah, for it being arguably the best sports anime ever, I think I do have to give it a try because I gave Ippo a try, and Ippo was phenomenal, so I'm sure Haikyuu will be phenomenal as well. Next up, we have Lazarus. This one's pretty simple. I've watched a lot of Watanabe's works. You know, I've watched, well, I've really watched two. I've watched Samurai Champloo, and I've watched Cowboy Bebop. And Lazarus obviously takes place like a little bit before Cowboy Bebop, and so I want to watch it. I want to give it a try. Now, I heard it's not nearly as good as those two and not nearly on the level of Cowboy Bebop. So, yeah, I'm not really sure if it's going to be great or not, but I will try to watch it because it is still a part of that universe, and I do want to see if it's on the level of Cowboy Bebop, because Cowboy Bebop is such a good show, and if Lazarus is like similar vibes, then it could be phenomenal, but I heard it's not quite as good. Next up, we have The Law of Ueki. I added this just because it looks pretty funny. That's about it. The show's probably bad, I'm not gonna lie, because nobody ever really talks about it. And anything I do see about it is just like funny stuff. So it might not be a great show at all, but it looks pretty funny. So that's why I added it, but it does look like it suffers from that basic 2000s anime where everything kind of looks and sounds the same. So it might not be great, but I do still want to give it a try. Next, we have one that I would genuinely watch if it had an English dub, like right now, and we have Supercube. Unless if I'm mistaken and they did one and I just didn't know, but when I wanted to watch Supercube, it was only in Chinese, and I was like, you know, I'll have to get around to it one day, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a sub watcher, really. I don't really like watching in sub unless if I have to, because I've explained this before in videos. You know, I don't have a problem with people that watch in sub or anything like that, but I'm normally doing something while I'm watching shows. I don't really have much time in my day to just sit down and watch a show, so yeah, I prefer it to be in dub so I can do other things while I'm watching the show. And so Supercube, obviously, if it was in dub, I probably would have watched it by now. It looks phenomenal. Next, we have Black Butler. I'm not going to lie, this is literally only on my list because the butler's name is Sebastian, my name is Sebastian. I don't really have an interest in this show, I'll be honest. It doesn't look that appealing to me. And I heard season 1 is phenomenal, and I heard the rest of it's just not really great. So, yeah, I'm not quite too sure on Black Butler, but it's on the list just because I share a name with the dude. Next up, we have Wistoria. I heard Wistoria is similar to, like, Black Clover, but to me it looks more like Mashal. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but I heard it's like, well, they call it Whack Clover because it's like Black Clover, but like, I don't know, goofy or whatever. And I heard it's actually really good. I heard it's not just a comedy anime, but to me it does kind of look more like Mashal than Black Clover, which I could be wrong. That's just what it looks like from all the clips I've seen and stuff. But I have actually heard like really good things about it. Just a problem with a lot of shows that are currently going on. I don't really like watching newer shows because, for example, like with My Hero, I caught all the way up to My Hero, watched like all the first 6 seasons, right? And then it's like you wait on the next seasons to come out, and I just don't end up watching them for a while. Now, I do actually plan on finishing My Hero soon, but that's like with a lot of shows that I started. Like a lot of the newer shows, like JJK, I still haven't watched season 3, right? Like, it's hard for me to keep up with them because I'm not always interested, if that makes sense. Like, I am always interested in the shows. I'm always going to think they're good, but like, for example, I'm watching The Fable right now, and when I finish that, am I going to go to JJK? Probably not. Like, I don't know. I just don't have a reason to watch JJK other than, like, I don't know. It doesn't make sense when I say it out loud, but in my mind, it makes sense. All right, moving on, we have Noragami. Now, I've heard good things about Noragami, but again, another reason why I haven't watched this one is because it just stopped after season 2. Like, apparently it just left off on a cliffhanger, and the story has not been continued, and they haven't said anything about season 3. So, yeah, that's really the reason I haven't watched it, because I'm not sure if I want to watch another cliffhanger anime, because I know how those go, like GTO, for example. They're good shows, but are they worth watching? I don't know. Next up, we have Black Lagoon. Now, I've seen Black Lagoon, but it was like the second or third anime I've seen, so I've honestly forgot a lot of it. So I just want to rewatch it. That's why I have it on here. I like Black Lagoon, though. I remember it being pretty good. Next, we have Lord of Mysteries. I've been recommended to this, but this was on my list before it even came out. I actually put this on my list before the show even came out. And the reason why is because before it was coming out, it was being said as, well, I don't think it's being said. I'm pretty sure it's factual. It is the most expensive anime of all time. Like, it cost more. Like, each episode cost more than the entirety of Solo Leveling did, or something ridiculous like that. And they got it out way quicker. The Solo Leveling guy's like, oh, well, it takes a year per episode. No, it doesn't. Anyway, the Lord of Mysteries. Yeah, I put it on there because I was like, if it's going to have that budget, it's got to be great. And I heard it is good, but I don't think it quite lived up to the budget, I'll be honest. But I did hear it is good, so I do still want to watch it. Next, we have Gintama. Now, I actually probably would have watched Gintama by now, but I have an issue with it as well. Only the first half of it is dubbed. And for a lot of shows, that wouldn't be a problem because, like, Naruto's my favorite show. One Piece I've been watching in sub because it comes out in sub and not dub. And, like, I had to finish Naruto in sub because it wasn't dubbed yet. The problem with Gintama is it's like 180 episodes are dubbed. You still got over 200 more that aren't. And it's like, I just don't know if I could be bothered with that because, if I'm not mistaken, the beginning of Gintama is more about just, like, character building and humor, which is great for dub, especially if you speak English. The humor is always going to be funnier in English. Like, if you hear the jokes, it's going to be funnier, at least in my opinion. So, the Gintama humor aspect and character building is all going to be in dub, and then when it switches to serious, it gets in sub. Like, when the serious stuff starts happening, it becomes sub, and I'm like, I just don't even know if that's a smart switch. You did all the character building and all the development and the funny moments in dub, and then when it starts to get serious, you want to switch it to sub. Like, I just don't think that's a good idea in the first place, and that's kind of what stopped me from watching it, because I don't want to watch 200 episodes in sub. I'm not going to lie. I just can't be bothered. Like I said before, I have things I like to do in my spare time. So when I'm watching an anime, I'm normally doing other stuff too, like working on a TikTok or working on a video, right? Or talking to friends or something. Or I'm normally doing something, right? So this is another one that probably is going to take a long time for me to watch because it's just not dubbed. Next we have Madoka Magica. This is only on here because it was in Anime Adventures, and I have one friend that watched it and he said it was great. My problem is I just don't know if I could care about a story about little girls. You know, I'm sure the story is phenomenal and everything like that, but it's just hard to get me to try to care about that. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty simple. I mean, I get I'm not the target audience for the show, but yeah, I think it's just going to be very difficult for me to like that. Next, we have Dead Man Wonderland. Now, I only have Dead Man Wonderland on here because the intro is absolutely fire. It is such a good intro song. And this is another one that maybe I'd read. I don't know. Because I heard the anime is a big flop compared to the manga. But I still want to give it a try because I heard the anime is still not bad. It's just nothing like the manga. But yeah, the reason it's on here is because the intro is fire. And in my experience, most shows with fire intros are normally fire shows. So yeah, I feel like when they put the effort into making the intros fire, the show's going to be fire. Next, we have one that has genuinely been on like my top 5 watch list for like 5 years now. I've been saying I've been wanting to watch this since 2020, and I keep saying, oh, I'm gonna watch it after this, I'm gonna watch it after this. Still haven't watched it. It's Seven Deadly Sins. I have not seen it. And then every time I go to watch it, you know, everybody's always like, nah, you don't really need to. It falls off. You know, the story's not as good anymore. The animation becomes terrible. All this and that. Like, so many reasons not to watch it. And I'm like, yeah, and it's kind of long. You know, I could watch something a little bit shorter. So I've literally been teetering on watching Seven Deadly Sins for 5 years now, at least. It's been quite a long time. I've just been like, oh, you know, I'll watch that next. And then I don't watch it next. I just don't. So yeah, Seven Deadly Sins, it's still on my list, and honestly, it should have been watched years ago. Next up, we have Psycho Pass. Now, Psycho Pass just looks really interesting to me. It has very good intros as well. Another reason it made it on here. The characters look great. The story looks interesting. I just think the thing about Psycho Pass is I hear that Season 2 is not great. But even then, I mean, I don't know. I would have to see, right? Like, I don't hear any reasons why Season 2 is not great. I just hear it's not great. So, yeah, I want to watch Psycho Pass as well. I just haven't got to it. Next, we have Overlord. I have it on here just because it was in Anime Adventures as well. Because I'm not going to lie, Overlord just doesn't look really interesting to me. But I figured I'd give it a shot eventually, right? It's a pretty popular show. I give it a shot. But, yeah, it doesn't really look that popular or interesting to me. Next, we have Kengan Ashura. I have Kengan Ashura on here because it feels like Baki vibes, but not as, like, wild. if that makes sense. And another reason I watched it is because it is just a fighting show. And I'm not going to lie, fighting shows can be good, don't get me wrong. I mean, that's pretty much all of Dragon Ball. No offense to the Dragon Ball fans, it's pretty much just all fighting. And Dragon Ball is a good show. But a lot of the fighting shows like this, to me, it's just like, they could be phenomenal, they could be really good, or they could just be very basic, I guess, if that makes sense, just fighting and stuff like that. And whenever I'm looking at shows to watch, I'm just like, well, there's probably just something that's more interesting. So that's just why I haven't watched it yet. But I will watch it eventually because it does look good. You know, people don't like CGI and stuff like that. I personally don't really care. Next, we have Record of Ragnarok. Honestly, at this point, I'm just not watching this out of spite. Not even really, but I just hear like the Record of Ragnarok story is pretty terrible. It's just the fights are really cool, and like the story behind the fights are cool, but like all the backstory stuff and all the story points in Record of Ragnarok I heard are just really, really awful. But that's not even the reason I haven't watched it yet, because I probably would watch it at least for the fights. But the reason I really haven't watched it yet is because every time I've talked about Record of Ragnarok, which I haven't, by the way, it's just sometimes I'll be doing lists on like TikTok and stuff, or making videos, and people are like, how could you forget Record of Ragnarok? And then I tell them I haven't watched it. This happened multiple times, by the way. I tell them I haven't seen Record of Ragnarok, and then they call me stupid, retarded, idiot. Like, they call me all sorts of names, which doesn't get to me. I mean, it's the internet. People are going to be stupid on the internet. But the thing that I don't understand is that Record of Ragnarok fans, which somehow exist, I don't understand how you could ever feel so passionate about a show like Record of Ragnarok. Don't get me wrong, it might be a good show, but to feel that passionate about a show like this is crazy. They get so angry that I haven't seen the show. I've never said anything bad about the show. They get so angry that I haven't seen it. Honestly, it just makes me not want to watch it. Like, I don't know why I'd watch a show when the people that like it are just bad people. Like, I'm not saying all of them are, obviously, but all the ones I've interacted with, like, they genuinely hate on me because I haven't seen a show. Now, there's plenty of reasons to hate. Most of the time are stupid. Like, a lot of the hate I get on these videos is just people not agreeing with me, and honestly, I feel like that's kind of stupid. It's anime, bro. Like, if I don't have the same opinion as you, bro, I don't give a shit. But people care a lot for some reason, and that is stupid. But even more stupid is to hate on somebody for not seeing something. I feel like that's just the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. Like, genuinely, it's one of the dumbest reasons to hate on someone. So, the Record of Ragnarok fandom has kept me from watching it because all the ones I've interacted with are just very dumb. Next we have Zom 100. I'm not gonna lie, intro's fire. It looks funny. That's the only reason it's on here. I think zombie shit is very boring and overdone, but I'm pretty sure Zom 100 is like a comedy anime, so I don't really care as much since the story's not really that important. Next we have World Trigger. Now, I actually was gonna watch this, but then Toei announced that they're doing a remake, so I'm like, I might as well just wait for that. I mean, I don't know why they're doing a remake. The show's like barely 10 years old, but whatever, I guess it doesn't follow the manga or something like that, or maybe it deviates or does something wrong. I don't know, but it's getting a remake, so I'm like, I might as well just wait for that now. Next we have ReZero. I'm not gonna lie, I really don't want to watch this show at all. I only have it on here because I have a friend that has watched it, and he's like, oh my god, it's like the great, he genuinely thinks it's the greatest anime ever. He's only seen one season, by the way. Anyway, besides the point, that is literally the only reason I have it on here. I do think ReZero, low-key, it doesn't really look interesting because it's an isekai. It doesn't really look that funny. Don't get me wrong, Subaru looks cool, but like all of the women look like little children, and they all are dressed horribly. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I just don't want to watch a show like that. Yeah, I don't know. It's not really interesting to me when, yes, the main character is cool, but all the characters he's surrounded by are little girls with their tits out. Like, I'm sorry. They're 1,000 years old excuse is retarded. The show just looks really bad to me. But it is on my list because, you know, I hear so many good things about it, but I'm not going to lie, I don't think I'll like it. Next we have Gurren Lagann. Now, I have seen Gurren Lagann, and if you have watched my channel before, you know I don't like mechs. I think mechs are probably the worst, like, thing you could have in a show. I think mechs are the worst shows ever. But Gurren Lagann is often regarded as the best mech anime ever. And I have watched it before, and I did get bored of it because I hate mechs. But I thought I would give it a retry eventually, right? Like, maybe I'll get over it and be able to watch it, but I just genuinely hate mech anime so much that I'm not sure if I will. But I will give it a retry eventually because I think the characters in Gurren Lagann are some of the best characters in all of anime. Like, I did watch quite a bit of it, and the characters were phenomenal. It's just when the mechs start becoming, like, really heavily involved in the story, I really lost a lot of interest. Next, we'll move on to Mecha Ood. Now, I know it has Mecha in the name. It's called Mecha Ood Mechanical Arms. Now, I was going to watch this show, and then my friends watched it before I did, and they said it was fucking terrible, first of all. Second of all, it has mech in it, and I know, oh, mech anime on here, blah, 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 this, and that, but it isn't really a mech anime. I mean, it kind of is, but not really. They just have powers that are, like, robotic. Like, the dude can just, like, summon, like, a mechanical arm or whatever. It's not really mechs. It's just called that. It's literally called Mechanical Arms, but I don't know why it says Mecha. Anyway, besides the point. Yeah, I heard it is pretty terrible. It's not dubbed, so it's going to be a while before I watch this, but I thought it looked kind of interesting, so I put it on here. Next, we have Negative Positive Angler. Now, I only put this on here because the characters look kind of interesting. This is the same exact thing as Mecha Ood. My friends watched it before me. They said it was awful. So, yeah, and I heard it's like a slice of life, so I probably wouldn't enjoy it, but the characters looked interesting, so I added it on here, and I might try it eventually. Next, we have Revenger. I don't really know anything about Revenger. I have a friend that watched it. He said it was good. That's it. He didn't really explain much else about the show, but he said it was good. So, yeah, I just added it on here. I'll give it a try one day. Next, we have Berserk. I'm not going to lie. I'll probably never watch Berserk just because it'll never really get animated, so I might as well just read it, right? So that's my thing about Berserk. It's on the list, but I'll probably never watch it. After that, we have Ragnar Crimson, which I actually tried to watch, but the dub was genuinely so terrible that I had to put it back on the list and put watch and sub, which means it's not going to get watched for a long time because you guys know how I feel about the sub stuff. But, yeah, the dub was just actually so genuinely terrible that I would rather read this than watch it because it was so bad. And the Ragnar Crimson story, it's not, like, good enough for me to want to read, like, the manga or anything. So, yeah, my only choice is to really watch it in sub. So it's going to be a very long time because the story for Ragnar Crimson just doesn't really seem all that interesting to me. But I do hear it's good, so I want to give it a try, but the dub is horrid. I can't watch the dub. It's actually terrible. Next, we have actually another mech anime, which is 86. Now, 86, I was told, is probably one of the only mech animes I would actually enjoy. That's the only reason I added it on here. I hate mechs. I don't plan on watching it anytime soon, but I did hear for a mech anime, I would probably enjoy it. After that, we have Hitman Reborn, which I've wanted to watch the show so much, but it has no dub. 4 of the episodes are dubbed, and you're like, oh, the first 4 episodes? No. It's like episode 13, 53, 68. Like, it's 4 random episodes in the show are dubbed. Like, what are we doing, bro, Chacho? And the story looks so good. It looks really funny. But, again, it's a very long show. It's like 180 episodes that I have to watch in a different language, so a.k.a. I'm reading. And I don't really know what the story's about, so is it worth it? Probably not, so I'll just have to wait to watch it in sub. I'm not going to force myself to watch this. Next, we have Fist of the North Star. Fist of the North Star, to me, you know, it's one of the OGs, so I feel like that's the real reason I want to watch it. And I have, like, I don't want to call it a saying because I'm sure I'm not the first person to say it, but, like, the way I feel about, like, older anime is that, like, for the most part, there are exceptions, but for the most part, if something was getting animated back then into a show, not a movie, but if something was getting animated back then, like 90s, 80s, and stuff like that, you know the story had to be good. Like, I'm yet to watch a 90s or 80s anime that just isn't good. Now, movies, I do say, are an exception because, you know, the movie scene was a little bit different back then, so I'm not really going to get into all that. But if something was animated into a show back then, you know it had to be good. Like, it had to have a good story, and I'm yet to come across a show that old that has not been true for. Now, I'm sure you can find some if you really look, but the quality of shows, like in terms of storytelling and all that, was a lot better back then. You didn't really have as many bad shows, so I'm sure Fist of the North Star is no exception. I'm sure it is great. And then we have one that probably is going to shock a lot of people. You know, this is the highest rated anime on my anime list. Don't know how, genuinely. We have Frieren. I'm sure Frieren is a phenomenal show. I only hear good things about it, but I have friends that have watched Frieren that think it's fantastic. It's not a top 10 anime, according to them, according to everybody I've heard talk about it, yet it's the highest rated anime of all time on my anime list. Just goes to show my anime list is terrible. And if you want other confirmations of my anime list is terrible, take any other popular anime, any of the big 3. None of the big 3 are top 200. My anime list is terrible. Don't get your opinions from my anime list. They're genuinely awful, awful, awful rankings. But that's besides the point. Frieren, I heard, is phenomenal still. I do think it does get a little bit overhyped, even though I haven't seen it. And I just haven't watched it because, I'm not going to lie, it looks not that interesting to me. The only character that really looks interesting is Stark. I heard Himmel, or whatever his name is cool too. And I heard the most boring character is actually Frieren. So I don't know, but I do hear it's good, but it just doesn't feel like my type of show. And I will watch it eventually because it has so much praise, and I'm sure it's good, and I'm sure I'll probably even like it, but yeah, I'm just in no rush to watch it because it's not something that really appeals to me, you know. And I guess to kind of answer the question that I never answered from the start of the video, I enjoy like stuff that like looks cool, and Free Run doesn't really look cool, if that makes sense. It's just like, it might be a good show though. Next we have King's Game. I have no idea what this is about. I'll keep it a buck, but I had a friend recommend it to me, so yeah, that's why it's on the list. I genuinely have no clue what it's about, so yeah. Next we have Seraph of the End. I've seen clips from Seraph of the End. It looks pretty awesome. I hear it's really great, and that's why I want to watch it. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think Seraph of the End has to do with like vampires or something like that, so that's like the only thing that like, I think vampires are kind of lame, but other than that, looks phenomenal, so I think it's worth giving it a shot, and the action looks great, characters look great, and all that. We also have The Most Notorious Talker. This was recommended to me by a friend as well. I don't know anything about it, to be honest, other than like the dude looks strange and the woman he's with has like big tits, if I'm not mistaken. So other than that, I don't know anything about the show. Might be good, might not. After that, I have Serial Experiments Lane. This really is only on here because of the intro. I hear the show's not even that good, but the intro just carries it. And also, it's a horror anime. I'm not gonna lie, horror in general as a genre just isn't really that great at producing good stories. I feel like horror is genuinely carried by like the shock factor and the coolness aspect, and Serial Experiments Lane just doesn't really look like it provides either of those. It looks like it's more psychological horror, and that it's got to be really, really good story-wise to be a good psychological horror, and I just don't see it being that, especially when the show is more known for its intro than the show itself. So yeah, I'm not really confident it will be a good show, but I do still want to give it a try. Next, we have Eminence in Shadow. I don't know. This show really doesn't look that interesting to me, but I do hear good things about it. It's just, it looks like, I feel like there's just, I don't want to say too much going on, but there's not like a clear thing going on. Every time I see clips of Shadow, or Eminence in Shadow, I'm like, this is different from the last clip I've seen. Like, it doesn't even look like the same show. Like, every clip I've seen from it just looks like a different show, which to some people I guess probably sounds good, but to me it sounds like there's no real connecting thing in the show, which I could just be wrong. Like I said, I've only seen clips from it. I don't know, but I thought I'd give it a shot, try. I have heard good things about it, so it is on my list. And then we have Megalobox. Again, it's another sports one. I heard this one is pretty good too. It's a little bit more of a serious show, but yeah, I haven't really seen much of it, like clip-wise, anything like that. I just have a friend that watched it, and he said it was pretty good, so added it to the list. Then I put Hellsing on here. Hellsing, it's one of the shows that does look cool. Now, I have a friend that loves vampires, and he also likes things that looks cool, and he watched Hellsing, and he said it was terrible. So, I don't know. He said, like, the story and the pacing was awful. He said there were a lot of cool moments. The characters were really cool, too, but the story itself was pretty bad. So, I don't know. I don't like vampires, but I think the story looks cool. So it is on my list because it is a cool looking show, but I haven't heard good things about it. Then we have Steins Gate. Steins Gate, I have one friend that watched it, and if I'm not mistaken, I think he said it's his favorite anime ever. I don't know. I like making fun of the show because I'm like, oh, they throw a clock in the microwave and go back in time. I don't know if that's exactly what happens, but I know it's something like that, and I think it's pretty funny. I don't make fun of it being like, oh, it's a bad show, because I just think it's funny to say that. They threw the clock in the microwave, went back in time. But I don't really know anything about it. I heard it's really good, so I do want to watch it. I want to put it to the test. And yeah, my friend, that it's his favorite anime. His anime taste is horrible, so that as well doesn't really make me want to believe it's great. No offense to him. And no offense to the show either and the people that have watched it, but he's not a good representative when it comes to the show. So yeah. Then we have Tomorrow Joe. I mean, it's an OG. It inspired a lot. I feel like, again, OG, they've got to have a good story. Now, the animation for Tomorrow Joe just does not look great, but I still want to give it a shot, right? Then we have Grand Blue, and I watched the live action for Grand Blue, and I don't think it was actually on my list till I watched. No, it probably was, but I did watch the live action Grand Blue with my friends because we were waiting on Steel Ball Run to come out, and it's like, all right, let's find something to do. So we watched that, and it was hilarious. The live action was rated like a 5 out of 10. I was like, how? This shit was so funny. And so if the anime is even half as funny as the live action, yeah, it's definitely going to be good, and I do want to watch it. It does look really funny, and I hear it's really funny, so that's why I made it on here. Then we have Twin Star Exorcist. I really have no idea why I added this to my list. The show does not look interesting to me, and everything I hear about the show, it like sounds really weird. And I even got a comment about it, and somebody saying like it's just not that great of a show, like they watched it because they heard about it too, on one of my videos. And so I don't know why I have it on here, I'll be honest, but the name sounds cool. Right? Twin Star Exorcist sounds like a cool show, so I guess that's why I have it on here. It sounds cool, but I have not heard good things about it. Next up, we have Aoashi. I mean, it's probably the only soccer anime other than Inazuma 11 that like looks watchable. Like a lot of the other ones just look dog shit, especially Blue Lock. I don't even want to hear from Blue Lock fans. That show looks terrible. But Aoashi, I mean, it looks like an actual like watchable soccer anime. And I played soccer. I like soccer, so you know it might be good. I did hear it is slightly boring though, and that's expected. Soccer can be boring at times, so I'm not sure if I would enjoy it or not. But I have it on here because it looks like the most watchable soccer anime. Next up, we have Shangri-La Frontier. This is another show that looks kind of funny. It looks kind of interesting. I don't really get the plot of the show. I think they're in a video game, but I don't really know. I don't know for sure, but the fights look cool and stuff. And yeah, I think it just looks like a pretty cool show. Then we have Initial D, and I have Initial D on here because I watched MF Ghost not knowing it was a sequel to Initial D till like episode 5, and I was like, oh shit, I realize this is about Initial D now. Maybe I should watch Initial D first. And I was liking MF Ghost, so I'm sure Initial D I'd like that, so I just put it on the list. And eventually I'll watch it and then go finish MF Ghost. Then we have Son Goku Yuko or Yoku, however you say it, I'm not too sure. It was like the first anime recommended to me by Crunchyroll, and normally Crunchyroll's recommendations are dog shit. But I was like, fuck it, dude, it's the first thing it ever recommended to me. I'll add it to the list. I don't know what it's about. Might be good, might not be. I don't know. Then we have Space Dandy. I hear it's like funny Cowboy Bebop, so that's why I made it on here. Pretty simple. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say. Then we have Lupin the Third. I watched like one Lupin the Third movie when I was younger, if I'm not mistaken, and it's like a character that like has just always been like stuck in my head, like relating to childhood. There's no way I'm watching all of it. There's so much Lupin the Third content. There's no way I'm watching all of it, but I have it on here to maybe just go back and watch a movie and see if it was good, because I don't remember shit about it. Then we have Kakegurui. Kakegurui, I'm not gonna lie, looks like a pretty awful show, but the concept of it seems really cool to me. Like I like gambling. I'm not like a bad gambler or anything. Like I like playing the gambling games, right? Like it's fun to put a little gamble in. So I think a school about gambling, that sounds pretty freaking cool. But Kakegurui is just a gooner show from the clips I've seen. So yeah. Also, the friend who said Steins Gate is his favorite anime. He watched all of Kakegurui and said it's a great show. So again, you know, for the Steins Gate fans, that's another pointer there. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I want to give it a try and hope it's good, but I don't know. And Seth Rollins is in the live action, which is kind of cool. Next, we have Blood Blockade. This one's very simple. I've got recommended this a lot. Also, it's made by the guy who made Trigun, and I love Trigun. Trigun is arguably top 10 anime for me. I'm not sure if it is or not, but arguably top 10 anime. Blood Blockade looks fantastic. Then we have Saint Seiya. I wanted to watch Saint Seiya until I realized how long it was, and I have not been in the mood to watch anything long in a while. Like I said, I've been watching The Fable, another short show. I've just been watching a lot of short shows recently. Eventually, I'll get to Saint Seiya. It looks great. I'm not going to lie. It looks like a classic for a reason, so I do want to watch it. I have Sailor Moon on the list only because it's a classic. I don't think it's going to appeal to me like Sailor Moon is a show for little girls. I just have it on here because it's a classic, so I feel like you got to give it a shot, right? You got to. I probably won't enjoy it, though, but I feel like you have to give it a shot. Then we have Claymore. Now, Claymore, I hear, is just a disrespect to the manga straight up. Like, it's not even like a bad adaptation. It's disrespectful to the original. So I'm probably just going to read it. I have it on my list. I don't think I'm going to watch it. I'll probably just read it. Then we have Akame ga Kill. Akame ga Kill, I hear, has good action and stuff, but I hear the story is terrible. And every video I've talked about it, people have told me, yeah, probably not worth watching. So again, it's another one. It'll get watched eventually, but it's going to be a while. Then I have Prince of Tennis on here. I don't know why. I saw one clip of Prince of Tennis, and it actually looks somewhat interesting, although tennis to me is incredibly boring. So I don't know. I probably won't end up liking the show, but I saw one clip from it that looked interesting, so I guess I would give it a try eventually. Then we have Kabanari of the Iron Fortress. I think that's what it's called. I have two friends that have watched the show. They've said it's pretty good. And yeah, I don't really know much about it. I know it takes place on a train, and the action's pretty good, but other than that, I don't know much about it. I did hear it is good, though. Next up, we have Desert Punk. Apparently, this is, well, I don't want to say pretty good. I don't know. I have a friend, and his dad says that this was his favorite show as a kid. I don't know. When I pull up the show, it does look a little bit childish, so I don't know if I'll enjoy it or not. I don't mind childish shows, but yeah, I don't know. I'll just have to give it a try. I really have no idea what it's about other than that. Then we have Sentenced to Be a Hero. I'm not gonna lie, the show looks phenomenal. I've seen clips, looks great. I hear it's great. Everybody that I know that's watched it says it's great. And I hear it's like Mushoku Tensei, but without all the Diddy blood shit, which makes it a lot better than Mushoku Tensei. So, yeah, looks very good. Then we have like Saibaki Bisco, I think it's what it's called, or something like that. Now, I heard the show's terrible, but it looks cool. So that's the only reason it's on here. I'll be the judge if it's terrible or not. Like, I watched Rave Master because Rave Master looked cool, and that show is terrible. And I'm sure this show might be similar to that, but I still got to make sure it's terrible, right? Like, I can't take everybody's opinion. I got to form my own. Then we have Darker Than Black. Honestly, I didn't really know much about the show. I just heard about it, and I'm like, all right, I'll add it to the list. After looking at the show for, like, one of my recent videos, I don't think I'll be watching it. I'm not gonna lie, it does not look good. I'll keep it a buck. But it's still on the list, so maybe one day. Next, we have Wolf's Rain. The intro for Wolf's Rain is fire. Also, the story looks pretty cool. The clips that I've seen, I'm not 100% sure what it's about, but it does look kind of cool. So I added it on here. Characters look cool. Intro's cool. So yeah. Then we have 91 Days. I heard it's like a very good detective story, and now sometimes I really like detective stories, but sometimes they can be really cheesy and corny, and since 91 Days isn't really that popular, I am a little bit worried that it's not going to be that good of a detective story, but I'm hopeful it is, because a good detective story is phenomenal, but a even mid-detective story is terrible, so it's really got to be good. Then we have Ergo Proxy. This is just because it looks cool. Like, I don't know. I hear the show's not really that great, but it does look cool. And yeah, that's really the only reason it makes it. I mean, it looks very interesting and unique. I have Akudama Drive next. Now, I didn't really know much about the show, and then I had one friend that watched it, and he said it was honestly pretty good. So that's enough for me to put it on the list. I don't know if I'll enjoy it, but just added it. Then we have Terror in Residence. If I'm not mistaken, this is made by the guy that made Cowboy Bebop and all that and stuff. But I've been recommended this a lot too, so yeah, put it on the list. And now these final ones, other than the last one, which I'll explain, these next four I just got recommended and I just added them to the list. I don't know shit about any of them. We have Moribito, Tex No Lies, Gungrave, and Habane Renmai. I don't know anything about those four shows, but I've been recommended them, so I just put them on here, and eventually I'll give them a try. And then the final show, to me, it just looks so interesting and unique, and I just feel like there's no other show really like it, but it could also be pretty boring, which is why I haven't watched it yet. It's either going to be really good or really bad. I have Sunny Boy. I just don't know how to feel about it until I watch it, because it is a perplexing show. Like, it is a show that I look at and I can't form an opinion off the cover. Like, for example, we talked about Frieren. I hear Frieren is popular. We'll probably cut the cover of Frieren. I think it looks pretty boring because it kind of looks like Genshin Impact off the cover. I'll keep it a buck. Like shows like that, and even Code Geass. Like I said, I judge Code Geass before I watch it. It's a top 10 anime, and I look at Code Geass and I'm like, it doesn't really look that interesting, but it's great. Sunny Boy, I can't really look at it and be like, this is good or bad. So I'm really perplexed by it, and I've even seen clips from it. I've even seen what it's about, and I still can't form an opinion on it. So yeah, I think it's just a very like perplexing show that I want to watch. Well, that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. And like I said, I upload anime videos 3 times a week. I also stream quite a lot. If you guys like streams and you like me, I mean, I'm sure you do if you're at this point in the video, or at least I hope so. I have my Twitch in the description as well. I stream quite a lot. I do anime stuff, and I do a bunch of gaming stuff and all that. But anyway, that's besides the point. Videos popping up here from the main channel and videos you should watch on here. But I'm about to head out. I appreciate y'all. Peace.